What movies make you cry no matter how many times you've seen it?
Well, I know Rudy's a big one for you.
Oh, yeah, Rudy and Saving Private Ryan.
Lion King is mine.
Somebody just posted to Twitter what makes you cry, and the thing just went nuts. They even had celebrities weighing in on movies that made them cry. The original poster said these four do it for this person: Apollo 13, Big Fish, The Green Mile, and Saving Private Ryan.
I have not seen Green Mile, nor have I seen Apollo 13. Is that wrong of me?
No, I haven't seen The Green Mile either, and I think just about everybody in the world, except you and I, have seen The Green Mile. Apollo 13 was a great movie. I didn't cry. Big Fish, not familiar.
I think Ewan McGregor's in that one. I did see it a long time ago.
A Star is Born got a few mentions. Chris Christopherson, Barbra Streisand, the original. Of course, Lady Gag and what's his name? Bradley Cooper. Cooper, the ugly guy.
The ugly guy, yeah.
The ugly guy. Reds was in there. Splendor in the Grass. I don't know half of these. But Rudy always does it for me. Always. Mm-hmm. And it's just because it was such a great story. And at the end, he got lifted up onto the player's shoulders, and the tears just start falling out of my face.
There's a tear forming in the corner of your eye now.
Well, actually, my eyes have been watering all morning. But
is that what it is?
It's yeah.
Now you're making my eyes water.
Isn't that funny how that works?
Oh.
You see somebody with watering eyes and yours start? Yeah, mine have been horrible.
Does this happen to you? I'll be sitting there, we're watching a movie, could be late at night. Let's use Saturday night for an example. Okay. 9:30. I do a big yawn. And every time I yawn, I always get moisture in the corner of my eye. I will tear up from a yawn. Does that happen to you?
Yes.
There's been a few times where we've been watching a movie where maybe it's a bit of a sad scene, but I yawn and it looks like I'm crying.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that happens to me too. I'm not sure what that is. Obviously, there's something physical in there between the yawn and the tear ducts.
Cynthia thought I was weird because it looked like I was crying at Mission Impossible 2. But I was just yawning, I swear.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a tear in any of the Mission Impossible. That'd be like a tear in Rambo movies.
Jack Mornings with John and Steve on Jack 102.1.
So we have Super Bowl coming up in just under 2 weeks. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Kansas City Chiefs. And this is kind of a Super Bowl related question. Polled some people on, have you ever double dipped a chip at a party? 70% of people admit that they have.
Well, I would admit that.
Okay. Well, I don't think we'll be having any Super Bowl parties
or chips
coming
and dips.
That could be a super spreader, as they call it.
Yep.
But 70% of people admit they've double dipped a chip at a party. At a party.
Uh-huh. You
admit to that?
Probably. It's been a long time since I've been at a party where there is chips and dip.
That's true. Party, I'm not even sure what that word means anymore. But here's the question, because I've been very aware of the double dip ever since that famous Seinfeld episode. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So when I am at a party and I have a chip and there's dip, is this wrong? I take the chip, dip it, bite, but then I'll turn the chip around and dip a portion of the chip that was not bitten.
But it was in your hand.
It was in my hand, yes.
And where was your hand before you picked up that chip?
Where was my hand?
That is the question. Where was your hand? You could have been having a little scratch.
Well, there's that, and I usually don't wash my hands after I go to the bathroom. So your conclusion is that is also a no-no.
That's a no-no.
Flipping the chip.
But if you stick a chip in the dip and you take a bite and it breaks off,
okay, yeah,
and your mouth didn't touch it, that's a good chip to dip again.
You know who got it right? I think it was Tostitos that made it was like a little bowl.
Yeah, they still got them.
Yeah, you dip that in. There's no need.
They're called scoops.
Okay, there's no need for a double dip on that.
Because you just load that bad boy up and throw it in your gullet.
Hats off this morning to Tostitos. You win parties.
Jack Mornings with John and Steve on Jack 102.1.
Anybody with a little bit of common sense probably not jumping on a plane and going for a tropical vacation right now.
Well,
although it is happening.
Oh, yeah.
We know it's happening. There was some numbers. I think it was Alberta specific, the number of people who jumped on a plane over the holidays. Wasn't just the politicians.
Oh, there was more than the politicians?
Oh, there was a ton of people. Anyway, like I said, if you have a little common sense, you're not going for the tropical vacation right now.
No.
We've done enough sunscape to paradises over the years. Mexico, Cuba the first year.
Yeah.
Did you get on a boat one of those years?
We did a little fishing trip,
That's-
in Huatuco.
Oh, okay. So you're on one of these vacations, you're jumping in a boat or near the ocean. A lot of people would have their phone or a camera with them.
Yeah.
Would you not be freaking out that you're going to lose that thing, that you're just accidentally going to drop it?
No.
And that'll be because I know you wouldn't take one.
Well, I wouldn't take one. And if I did, I'd probably throw it in the ocean.
Every time I go on one of those vacations, my phone usually ends up in the safe for the duration of the trip.
Right.
Anyway, what I'm getting at here is back in 2014, there was this 18-year-old. This was on the south side of Oahu, Hawaii. Yeah. A place called Splitting Cave Rocks. Must be some sort of tourist destination. Anyway, he was jumping into the water with a bunch of friends. Just got a brand new GoPro. His mommy gave him a couple of days earlier. So he's jumping in the water, and guess what?
Yeah.
GoPro went bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And that was in 2014. But just recently, they don't give the exact date, but some volunteers with the Ocean Defenders Alliance were cleaning up the beach near this area, found the GoPro in its water protective case, slipped in a new battery. Guess what? Still works.
You're kidding.
Still works.
Wow.
So they were able to track down this guy, and he got his GoPro back after like 6 or 7 years of dropping it in the ocean.
The caves are a big deal, and I just want to point this out. I would never, ever want to be in a cave.
Because it would fill up with water?
That, or you'd get stuck. You know, these people go cave hunting and cave diving and all this crazy stuff. And there's some great movies out there that'll scare the hell out of you about caves.
The Descent, I think, is one of them.
And then there's the bats. The bats are everywhere. Millions of bats.
I usually don't get freaked out looking at stuff on YouTube, but I'm not sure how I came across this video, but it was these cave divers. So they got scuba gear on, and they're going into these underwater caves, but they're so tight, they couldn't actually wear the oxygen tank on their back. Like, they have to push it through these little areas.
Oh, my
And then
God.
wiggle themselves through. Like, why would you want to do that?
Yeah, it's just like, that's not an adventure. That's insanity.
Like, I don't think you can wear a diaper underwater. You'd probably need one in that case.
This is Jack Mornings with John and Steve on Jack 1021.
I forgot to mention it earlier. Today is National Chocolate Cake Day.
It was a recent birthday. It might have been Cynthia's birthday back in July. I took it upon myself to actually bake a chocolate cake.
Yes, I remember.
Did I tell you about this?
You told everybody about it. All 38 of our listeners.
I don't remember.
I do.
Yeah, and I actually baked the cake, and then I trimmed it.
Yep.
I trimmed the cake, stuck some icing on there. It was a 2-layer deal. I even impressed myself.
So you bought a can of icing, no doubt.
Duncan Hines.
Okay, and a mix chocolate cake, and you just stirred the ingredients together and baked it. Is that how that worked?
Well, when you put it like that, it doesn't seem like much. But you're the one always giving me crap in the kitchen that I can't do anything.
No, I was really impressed. Like, I don't bake nothing.
I was impressed with myself until you outlined those 3 steps and made it into something a toddler could do.
Well,
thanks for deflating my tires this morning. Anyway, it ended up being a delicious cake.
sure. Thank you, Mr. Hines.
And that frosting's not inexpensive, by the way.
Hey, listen, while we're on chocolate, have you ever heard of this chocolate bar? Whatchamacallit?
Nope. That's the name of the bar. Like get me a Twix, but get me a whatchamacallit.
Yep.
Nope, never heard of
When
it.
you're at the store, pick me up a whatchamacallit. Well, apparently Hershey's has this thing out there. It's been out there for a while. I've never seen it. The story says we've accepted there's a candy bar called Whatchamacallit. Must be a U.S. thing. Well, now it's got a cousin from Hershey with an equally embarrassing name, the Whoozy What's It.
The whatchamacallit and the whoozy what's it?
Yep, 2 chocolate bars from Hershey. They have peanut butter cream layer and Rice Crisps covered in chocolate. And the Whoozy What's It will go on sale next month.
So were all the good names trademarked or what? Or were we just getting lazy?
I don't know what we are getting. To me, that's tougher because look at all those letters. That's all one word, man. It's like 15 letters.
I don't know. That's not the first candy bar I'd be reaching for, to be honest.
I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Now, Payday, if you want to talk about paydays.
Yeah.
Great name, great taste, and I get paid 25 cents every time I mention them.
This is Jack Mornings with John and Steve on Jack 1021.
Okay, let's talk about Sleeping Beauty. You like to sleep? You want to get paid for it? Well, the website sleepjunkie.com, a website that I would never be allowed on, is looking to pay a, quote, real-life sleeping beauty.
So I'm out.
You're done.
I said it before you could.
They want you to test out 3 different mattresses over 2 months and write about how they are. They'll pay you $3,000 plus you get to keep one of the mattresses. And as you know, a good mattress costs a lot of money.
Yes, it does.
So that is a good deal. And yes, you do clean your mattresses. I know you were going to ask.
Oh, don't forget I was the pillow guy.
You were the pillow guy.
I was the Gel Cool pillow guy for a while.
And how's the Gel Cool pillow? Still working?
Still using it. And
Still
it's
cool?
It's still cool, baby.
Is it still gel?
There's still gel in there.
Yeah.
Works like a charm. Yeah, I mean, that's a job that I would take, to get paid to try out mattresses and get to keep one. The one I have right now, so there's a big curve in that mattress. She's a king size.
There's a mattress company, and I don't know which one it is, that's running a lot of ads right now on the tube. And it's got this heavy equipment pounding down on the mattress.
Yep.
And then it says, because you do more than sleep on your bed.
I see what, yeah.
You know, the kids come in the morning and they're jumping up and down. That's why they pound it with all this stuff.
Yeah, just the kids jumping up and down. Gotcha.
Jack Mornings with John and Steve on Jack 1021.
Book sales are way, way up during the pandemic.
Hello, I've read more in the last year than probably the last 10 combined.
Then this may surprise you. Not necessarily because people want to read them.
Just to put them on a shelf
Yep.
so they look good?
Yep, because they want to fill up the bookshelves behind them in Zoom calls. So people are going out, and they were talking to this one guy, and he said it's nuts how many books people are buying them. And some places are even lending them. They'll lend them out, books they want to pump, so that your Zoom calls look like, oh, there's a real smart guy. Look at the books he's reading.
Yeah. That's going to cost a lot of money just to rent or to buy. I am pretty sure that I've seen in a furniture store, for example, it's just like a little cardboard thing that looks like books. They put on the shelves for decoration.
Exactly, and they used to do that with televisions as well.
Yeah. So
they're cardboard.
So you either go down to your local furniture store and say, can I have those boxes? Or you find them somewhere.
Yeah.
Fill your bookshelf.
That's
for like 37 cents.
Exactly. That's actually a pretty good idea. But so many people. Now, you and I have it's not a Zoom. What are we? Microsoft
Teams?
Teams, yeah. We're not Zoom, but Zoom-like. And we don't have a background anymore for us when we have our meetings. So we're going to have to get something back there because I want to impress these people.
I have some cardboard over there.
I think there's some Archie comic books in the men's room downstairs.
There is that. There is.
Okay.
Or we could take this piece of cardboard and draw some books on there. I also have some macaroni and glitter downstairs.
You do?
So we're really going to impress head office today.
Jack Mornings with John and Steve on Jack 1021.
I have to bring this up. I don't know why it bothers me, but I feel compelled to tell this story.
Is this going to be a rant?
I don't know if it's it's not really well, we'll see what happens.
Okay, let's see where it goes.
Yesterday, after I'd picked up children from school, we were going home.
Your children, I'm assuming.
No, I just go pick up random children. See if I can find out which house they live in. And that's why I'm not allowed within 30 meters of a school, John.
All right, okay.
No. So I'm picking up my own children. Sad that I have to clarify that with you.
I'm just kidding.
So we're driving home on South Railway Street just before you turn to go up Hill Road to get on the Southeast Hill. I'm making the turn to go up the hill, and in the median, I see what appears to be either 2 Egg McMuffins or 2 cheeseburgers fully wrapped, but they're just sitting there.
On the road?
On the median, in between the 2 roads. So, first of all, how does one lose 2 Egg McMuffins out their window?
Well, maybe they got thrown out the window.
Why would you throw Egg McMuffins out a window?
Have you ever been with an angry woman in a car?
Well, there's a story here.
Come on, buddy. Are you kidding me?
Are you saying she's throwing the McMuffins at you?
I'm just saying anything's possible. They could have got thrown out of a car.
Or you had your heart set on the Egg McMuffins, but she was so mad that she tossed them out the window so you wouldn't get them. There's just so many questions why there was 2 Egg McMuffins on the road.
Did you stop to make sure that they were intact and it wasn't just an old wrapper?
No, trust me. These were, again, either a McMuffin or a cheeseburger. They were wrapped. 2 of them on the ground.
Okay.
There's just so many questions. That's 2 possible scenarios right there.
Yeah.
Angry wife.
Sure.
You want a McMuffin? Too bad. Bam. Now they're on South Railway Street.
Yeah. Did you say there was a cheeseburger there too?
I don't know if they were McMuffins or cheeseburgers.
Okay.
It was some sort of item wrapped. Could have been either or. But why are they there? I would really like to know if those were your McMuffins or cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Please.
Let us know.
I couldn't sleep last night. I almost turned around and went and picked them up so I could bring them here this morning.
Well, I wish you had.
And taken a picture and say, we have your McMuffins.
All right. Well,
come pick them up.
Jack Mornings with John and Steve on Jack 1021.
I was just looking out on the Strachan Road to see if I could see any breakfast sandwiches.
No.
Nope.
Nothing. So I was very confused yesterday. We talked about this earlier this morning. I was picking up kids from school on the way home, driving on South Railway Street. I was turning left onto Hill Road, but in the median right there was what appeared to be a couple of fully wrapped either Egg McMuffins or cheeseburgers. I couldn't distinguish what they were, but there was some sort of a fully wrapped sandwich on the median.
And a little busy right there to stop and investigate, obviously.
I thought about going back and verifying my find.
And taking the sandwiches?
Well, I wanted to pick them up, bring them here, and publicly try and find the owner, because how do you lose a couple of Egg McMuffins out your car window? It does not make sense. It kept me up last night. So I started looking for some theories on the Facebook page, and we have a couple of pretty good theories.
According to Zoe, they see it a lot in Calgary, generally where you see people with signs, homeless people. Mm-hmm. So is that what it is? Because a couple other comments mentioned over here on Strachan Road, they've seen it.
Yeah, that's what Andrea says. We've seen the same on Strachan Road. Perhaps someone is leaving them for the homeless.
Yeah.
A few comments like that. So that's very, very plausible. Mm-hmm. The next plausible scenario or theory would be from Linda. Someone had an attack of conscience, got rid of them, and went home to have a salad. I get that one.
Yeah.
You're not thinking. You go pick up a couple of cheeseburgers. Yeah. Oh, crap. The wife can't see this.
Right.
I better ditch the evidence before I get home.
Or eat them real fast. That's what I would do.
Sure. Yeah. And then we get into some of the weirder theories as to why there was some Egg McMuffins or cheeseburgers on South Railway Street yesterday.
I may like this one.
This is Sylvia's comment. Isn't there about 5 cannabis stores nearby South Railway Street?
I just picture somebody walking home with 6 bags of sandwiches and a couple fell out.
You know what?
That's plausible.
You know what? That might be the most likely scenario because you're right. In like a 3 to 4 block span, there is at least 3 stores I can think of. 3 or 4, yeah. So cannabis stores could play into this one. Cheryl says a sacrifice to the traffic gods.
Oh.
I'm not ruling that one out.
That's possible.
Yeah, and the reason I'm not ruling it out is because traffic was quite reasonable when I was driving by yesterday. Uh-huh. So if it was a sacrifice, it certainly worked. Oh. I think that's all the theories we have so far. I
just didn't know that this kind of stuff happened.
I just couldn't understand how a couple of breakfast sandwiches mysteriously showed up on the side of the road. Because if that was my breakfast sandwich, there's no way I'm letting that out of my sight.
Exactly. All right.
This is Jack Mornings with John and Steve on Jack 1021.
You know, looking at the calendar, it's the weekend.
Weekend's here. We're saying goodbye to February, Groundhog Day.
We're saying hello to February.
Did I say goodbye?
You did.
Well, you say goodbye. I say hello, John.
I say potato.
Potato, tomato, whatever you want to say.
Coke, Pepsi.
What I'm getting at is Groundhog Day is coming up. Probably our favorite day of the year.
Next Tuesday. I'm counting the days.
I mean, a lot of people think Christmas is the greatest day of the year.
No.
When you have a guy in a gopher suit popping out of a dirt mound in Balzac.
Pretending to be a groundhog.
I mean, hello. Pop the champagne. The celebration is about to begin.
It's unlikely at this point he will see a shadow, which means the end of winter.
Who knows? I'm sure he just goes into the Farmer's Almanac and says, what are they saying? Okay, 6 more weeks, whatever. I don't care. I'm getting a paycheck. Look at me. I'm in a damn gopher costume right now.
Do you think they pay him to do that, or is it just something you do for the town?
I hope he gets a little compensation for that. He probably has to drown his sorrows in a 6-pack from the local brewery, I'm guessing.
There's probably one there. Isn't that where the world's biggest mall is, or that new mall?
Balzac, Cross Iron Mill.
Cross Iron, that's it.
That whole area. I'm sure Cross Iron has its own brewery in there.
Never been there.
You've never been to Cross Iron?
No?
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd probably need some sort of motorized scooter
Is that right?
to get through.
You are such a dick.
Sorry.
Just like I'm not even going to say Richard.
I mean, it's kind of a joke, but at the same time, there's a lot of truth to it.
There's a ton of truth to it.
The truth is funny.
Jack Mornings with John and Steve on Jack 1021.
This may be, as we find a winner for the sausage party, best entry ever, all time?
Yeah, this one came through last week, and as soon as it came through and I saw it, I forwarded it to you and said, this is an automatic winner.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Dallas.
hello?
Dallas?
Yes.
How are you?
I am just late for work as always. How are you?
So we're bothering you?
It's John and Steve from CJCY calling.
Oh, hey, guys.
You must know why we're calling.
Yeah, it was just one of those weeks.
Well, we just said that this is probably the best entry we've ever had. Stephen, if you please.
All right,
That's
Dallas.
awesome.
All right, here's what your entry included. A well-thought-out number of reasons why you should win. Number 1, you have no blankety-blank clue what day of the week it is since the lockdown began. That's still the case?
Yeah, it is still the case. It's Friday, apparently, though.
Yes,
Yep.
it is.
You haven't sat down in a pub to have a pint of beer in who the hell knows when.
I think we can all agree on that, though. It's
Yes,
tough.
we can.
Yes, you can't have friends or family over, so no one to share with. My last name is Simpson, and they pretty much predict everything, so I predict I will win. Hey,
Got that right.
you got that one right.
It's fair.
Yeah.
And is number 6 true? My dog pooped in the vehicle last week?
When you ran in to get groceries?
She did, and I just didn't even care, so I didn't clean it out for a couple days.
No.
Whatever.
Well, we sure hope this sausage party brightens your day.
Well, thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. It did. You made my whole week.
You made ours by sending in this great entry. Kind of tells the story of the last year, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sums it up.
It sums
Yeah,
it
pretty
up.
much. I think we can all relate.
We'll get you a gift card out in the mail, Dallas.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Have a great day and a good weekend.
You too. Bye now.
Bye for now. That was absolutely priceless. That's why we play the game.
We should toss in some detailing from one of the auto body shops as well.
This is Jack Mornings with John and Steve on Jack 1021.
Couple of randoms here for you. There's only 2 documented cases in history of coyotes killing humans.
Only 2?
2.
Doesn't say where?
No.
Huh. Not that long ago when I was up by the Family Leisure Center.
Yes.
Remember I had the tire iron?
You were chasing and I read something on the Facebook the other day that apparently coyotes are mating right now, and watch your dogs.
So that they don't...
Attack them.
Oh, I was like, what's going on? Brown chicken, brown cow. Well,
Okay, we're done, all right?
but you made it sound like some crossbreeding might happen.
I didn't make it sound like that. I read it, and your stupid little head interpreted it that
Let's
way.
rewind the tape. I heard the coyotes are mating right now, so watch your dogs. That's exactly what you said.
That's exactly what I meant.
And 2 + 2 equals...
You're done.
Jack Mornings with John and Steve on Jack 1021.
Here's a good question for you, and for everyone listening. When's the last time you used cash?
Sunday?
You're still taking your pennies with you in your little purse to get your groceries?
Yep.
You're the oddball because according to this story, younger people, millennials and younger, tend to not use cash.
Here's why I use
Period.
cash, and here's the big reason. I stopped for a while once the pandemic really took hold, but now in 2021, getting a bit more serious about budgeting and not just going willy-nilly, spending when I can. Very easy to do when you have the credit card or the debit card.
Oh,
So
you're turning into an old woman.
I know. I was
really are.
thinking about this the other day. I
Holy
really am.
Crap.
But I set the budget. Here is the grocery budget, X amount of dollars. So I'll go to the grocery store with my list. When I find my item, I put my little number next to it so I can calculate what the bill is going to be.
Oh, stop it.
Pay cash. That way I don't go over budget. Not as wild and crazy as we used to be, huh?
Just like I would never, as much as I love grocery shopping, I never want to go grocery shopping with you and your little penny counter. Well, the gist of the story is most people who responded say about a month ago, and that was like over 30%.
Oh.
It's the last time I used it. Does it count if you put a loonie in a shopping cart? Is that using cash?
I would say yes,
Okay.
because there is also the bread clip option. Maybe that doesn't work anymore, but
I don't know about the bread. Is this how you ripped off stores?
back in the day when the first carts with like the quarter,
Yeah, I think they fixed that.
they probably did. Yeah.
But now that you mention that, I did have a bread clip pop out one time when I was getting a cart.
Yeah.
So obviously that's something not only you were doing, but most of the rest of your friends.
Wasn't that we were doing it. We'd go collect the carts to try and get the quarter.
Yeah.
We were trying to make a profit. And once in a while, you'd take the cart back,
Yeah.
pop the thing in there, and a bread clip would shoot out, and the disappointment on your face is
Well, I'm curious, what was your biggest haul?
probably pull in 75 cents to $1.
Nice.
This is when I was 7, 8, 9 years old.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, that was a pretty big deal. Heading down to the corner store, getting some 5-cent candies.
Yeah. You get 75 cents. You can buy a lot, man.
That was a lot back in the day, man. Almost get a slush for that much.